Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So we're looking at chapter 5.2, day 1. All right, so we're starting off with page 354 in your book with experimental units, subjects, treatment. The individuals on which the experiment is done are the experimental units. When the units are human beings, they are called subjects. A specific experimental condition applied to the units is called a treatment. Okay, know those terms. Okay, we have factors and we have levels. Now, hopefully you've been watching the videos like you should be against all odd videos. If you have not watched those videos yet, please do so. Okay, there is another one to watch for this one. There were 2 of them in chapter 5.1. Make sure you watch those, take Cornell notes, and answer the questions. There's another one here that is on sample and surveys, so make sure you watch that. Also, there are some handouts that I'm going to talk about here. Okay, experimental design notes and problems, elements of experimental design, and then there's an article I would like you to read, Real Knife, Fake Surgery. Now, I will admit these are not the best looking copies. Okay, at some point I need to retype them, but if you want to print them off, you can. It is not necessary, but I'm referring to them right now in the video. All right, so please look at those, and I'm going to show those to you briefly. All right, so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would hand out the experimental design notes. Okay, and again, I'm sorry the copy is not very good. You certainly can print the PDF off of Schoology if you want. All right, but it'll be there. It's not going to go anywhere. So it just goes through some of the terms we've already discussed. Okay, observational study, ABC, read through those. In an experiment, remember, an investigator deliberately imposes some treatment on a subject. The treatments. Control. A control is a subject who did not get the treatment. Okay, maybe they got a placebo. Controlled experiment. Confounding. Okay, terms from the last chapter. In order to establish a cause and effect relationship, an experiment must be conducted. Okay, so 5, read through these. 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm not going to read through those, you read through them. Okay, again, I might be going too fast. You can go to Schoology and then pop it up on there and read through it. Okay, blocking, we're going to do that in the next lesson. That is a really important way to do an experiment, is with blocking, and the AP, they really like blocking on the test. It's occurred many times on the test. Okay, again, there are 3 main sources of variability. How things vary. Okay, read that. Bias, placebo, double blind, replication, factor, units, and so on. All right, so that's one of them that's on there. Here's another one. Some of it's a repeat. I got these from other schools when I went to workshops, and they handed these out. That's why I don't have very good copies of them. All right, so elements of experimental design. Again, randomization, control, replication. Other concerns about experimental processes. And then on the back, we're going to talk about this more in the next video. Well, before that, we've got the lurking variable, confounding, and then about the block design, which I'm going to talk about more in the next video. And there's also a YouTube video that I'm going to have you watch with a different teacher going through a block design, and he actually pulls this up on his screen and talks about it. All right. Also, I would like you to read, and again, I apologize, this is not a very good copy. I would like you to read this article, Real Knife, Fake Surgery. Okay. It really pulls in on what can go on in the mind when you think you're having the real surgery, but you're not, etc. And they do these things, but obviously, the patient has to give consent that they know they may not be getting the actual treatment. So got some ethics involved here, so read through it. Okay, there's 2 pages for that. All right, let's get back to this. Okay, so again, experimental units, subjects, and treatment. Okay, if you look at example 5.4, you can see we've got two factors. So look at that. I'm not going to go into details. We got 30 seconds, 90 seconds, and then we've got repetitions, 1 time, 3 times, 5 times. So look at example 5.14 so you know what's going on there. Okay, page 356, 357 talks about control, the placebo effect, real knife fake surgery, placebo effect, okay, and having control groups. Replication, again, read that, page 358, see example 516. Randomization, see page 359. Okay, this is dealing with example 517. It's showing how to set up. You got a random allocation, you got 2 groups. Notice there's an equal number in each group. This one gets treatment 1 drive, this one gets drive and talk, and then you're going to compare the break time. All right, see page 360 on that one. Okay, see example 518, page 361. Again, I can't emphasize that you read through these examples so you have an idea of what's going on. Again, here's the principles of experimental design: control, replicate, randomize. Now, on page 362, it talks about statistical significance. Folks, that's where we get into it heavy and hard for chapters 10 through 15. Okay, we're on chapter 5 now, so we've got a few things to go through yet. We've got to get through probability. We've got to get through doing sampling correctly and all of that. So there are other things that we have to build up to before we get to something that is statistically significant. Okay, it's an observed effect so large that it would rarely occur by chance. That is what was called statistically significant. Okay, and again, they're using all of this right now with all of the vaccines they're trying to develop for COVID. All right, here's an extreme example of breaking down into many groups. So see example 519 so you know what's going on there. All right, so these chickens have it figured out. When Dr. Henderson comes in, everybody play dead. Okay, that would really affect the researcher. All right, and this is where we're going to start for the last part of our lesson on chapter 5.2. So a lot of reading, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of reading. Go through all of these examples. And if there are questions and things you don't quite get, please ask during class. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.